This Tafim Yerushalmi Eruvin in the article Ozba the edition when Daf Lamed Beis and Malach at the top, Halacha Ches, which in the Vilna is on Daf Chof Tes and Beis. Also Halacha Ches. Shani Mara Barach. After they said that an Ani can go out and make an Eruv Tchumen with by foot, standing out at the Tchum Erev Shabbos Ben Shemash Tzemah ain't little Elani. It's only been this for a poor person. Echad Ani v'Echad Asher. Now, whether he's rich or poor rich. Hashamu Ma'arib Pas El Hakal Asher. The only reason they said they can be married with bread is to make it lenient, or any other food substance is make it lenient for a rich person. Here says in the Vilna Shema, but in the Bavli, it's in the article, it says he shouldn't have to go out and make an Eruv with his feet. So he intends somebody to do it for him. Right, Marisov says Ikar Eruv Kikar. The primary Eruv is Ikar Eruv with making it with bread. Again, with food. Amru Raglav, why they say that you can do it with your legs by going there. To be lenient, poor person. She'eno Kikar doesn't have bread. Bread to spare. Ikar Eruv Raglav. The primary Eruv is with by walking out there. Kikar, why they say you're allowed to use bread, to make it lenient for the rich person. Raglav shouldn't have to go out on hit and actually go out to the Tchum. I forgot that Rabbi Ikar Eruv Raglav, even though Rabbi said the primary Eruv is with you by going out there to the Tchum. He should not say, sit inside his house. The Omar says, let me acquire shvisa in so place distant from a house. He should go out outside the Tchum. Well, it's not really outside, but the point of the Tchum, and say there, that I'm a Kodesh Visa. In other words, don't learn from the Kula, which you learned in the previous Mishnah, when somebody's on the road, that he can say, my Shvita is at that place where the tree is, and then be able to go by the tree another 2,000 hours to his house. No, that's a special Kula by a person who is on the road. There is no such Kula for a person who's in his house in Erev Shabbos. So again, El Yetzil Chutz Tchum should go outside Tchum. Yom Matin Shvisa Shakwan Shvisa B'Mokom Hazeh in this place. And Manti Shom Masha Hashem waits until nightfall. B'Chotzer Bel Ilo, and he goes back to his house, to his city. The Tani came, and we learned also Ma'aseh Mishpachas Beis Mama. There was a story of the family house of Mama Mishpachas Beis Gurion Miruma, and the family Beis Gurion from Roma. I don't know if it's actually Rome or not. It says Shei Mokom, obviously. Question whether it's Rome or not Rome. But in any event, they used to divide up dried dates to poor people in the years of famine, to distribute them to poor people. The Aniyim from the city of Sichin, Yotzim Arm Ragleim, would go out and make them Eruv with their feet. And wait until night fell, and then go back home. The next day, we were able to go to Ruma, wherever this place was, and eat there and go back. And everything they did, they would do al pi chachamim. So don't think that they were doing something which is b'di'evet, but rather this is l'chatchila, and only can go and be married by Raglov, and then go home and rely on that for his tchum for the next day. A couple of minor notes in the Leiden manuscript. Instead of saying before Yetzel Chutz Tchum, the Leiden manuscript has Yetzel Chutz Lasadeh, which regards to the field, which obviously does not go outside the tchum. And instead of these families being in Beis Mama and Roma, they were in they were Dima and Duma. Okay, so in any event, halacha test. Somebody went and started going to the city, Shemarvin Ba, which they were going to put an Eruv, which is adjacent to the city, and his friend made him go back. So he was supposed to actually set the Eruv for everybody else in the city. We had it previously, and he didn't, because his friend made him go back to the city. He is allowed to go because since he was Machzik Baderach, as the Korban says, Shvisa, Havli Ani Bekona Shvisa for Racham. So at the end for the Ani, they're making as long as he started walking and he intended to get there, even some disturbance made him go back. It's as if he got there. It's as if it's Marago of that place. But the people of the city who were allowing him to go place an Eruv there, to place an actual Eruv there, they didn't actually place an Eruv there. Who mutalech v'chom ne'yosrim divrei Rabbi Yehuda. Koshu yochel arev lo irev. And since anybody who could have made an Eruv didn't make an Eruv, and the Korban says v'gam lo amar shvisasim complaining. Could be he said shvisasim complaining since he was already on the derech on Arab Shabbos that would work, but he didn't. He was supposed to make an Eruv. He didn't make the Eruv. He didn't say shvisasim complaining, so he only has the 2,000 amos from his house to the Eruv. And he loses 2,000 amos in the other direction. He's a chamar gamol. So he gets those 2,000 amos, and he loses 2,000 amos in the other direction. As the Pnei Korban says himself, and you have a daitu no shvisa b'sopatchum or beso, where you have might be kind of shvisa. He'll kach apayim shem be'ever beso tzad hasheni. He'd seen that if he loses 2,000 amos on the other side of his house, shem b'sopatchum kana, maybe he acquired at the end of the tchum. So the other side, and where he at the end of his chum, he doesn't get another 2,000 amos to go to the other city. Because maybe he's only kind shvisa in his house. Okay, so it says Gemara, there are two possible interpretations in our Mishnah. Pasla train printed. They gave two explanations. Amar, the friend who stopped the shliach, the arrested the shliach his way. Amar anamar balach. I'll be married for you, for the people of your city. And the friend made an eruv on the people of the city. Not on the shliach. He's not allowed to go on that ruach at all, because he relied on that shliach who didn't make an eruv. He's allowed to go on all other sides of the city. They are mutar on that side. There are also all the other ruchos of the city. Let's see the Korban here. So, he went to be married by himself and people of the city. And his friend said, go back. And told him, I'll make an air for you. You're is married by the people of the city. I'm not a shliach. The shliach can't go outside the tchum. She's someone chaber because he had his friend. Chaber lo irev avuro. It's kind of a friend that make an air for him. Lo irev klau. So it's as if he didn't make an air for all. Amar. Befeish as if he said explicitly. She ain't wrote to the chesad zeh. He doesn't want to go to the side. He has 2,000 amos on all sides of the city. The people saying that they're allowed to go on the chutzat on the side of the Eruv she'iriv chavero shliach, where the chaver the shliach made Eruv, but similar ruchos. It's starting like anybody else made Eruv. So, although it sounds to the point that he loses even those 2,000 amos on the side in which the chaver was supposed to be married was Arab, says it's not the case. He's just like a regular person in the city. He gets 2,000 amos on both sides, but since the chaver was married on the other people of the city, so therefore they get the 4,000 amos on that side. They don't get, then they lose, of course, 2,000 amos on the other sides, correspondingly. So we did not learn that way in the Mishnah. We learned the second shot in the So let's go back and learn the Mishnah this way. Somebody went out to another city, which he intended to make an Eruv. He intended to make an Eruv for people's city. His friend turned the back and said, I'll make the Eruv. And he made the Eruv for the city, but not for this person. He's allowed to go all around the city, 2,000 amos on all sides. But only 2,000 amos. Because no Eruv was made for him. They are also on all other sides of the city. But on that side of the city where the chaver did complete the Eruv for them, because he completed it for them, not for him, but for them, so therefore on that side they get 4,000 amos. That's the one pshat in the Mishnah. Okay, the next pshat in the Mishnah is the next part of pshat in the Gemara. Patla pasa achoran. They gave another pshat in the Mishnah, which is I'll make an Eruv for you for the people of the city. To make an Eruv neither for him nor the people of the city. So he's allowed to go in that ruach 2,000 amos and beyond. It was kind of a ragla. Then it's still ruach. They're not allowed to go in that pool if they don't get an Erev. Since he can't do it for them, he can't be Mara Baraglo for them, and it can't be their shliach by being Mara Baraglo. It only works for him personally, and Chabad didn't do it. So Mutar Mishakal Ruch Shabir, of course, they're allowed to go on all sides of the city, 2,000 amos. They don't get the 4,000 amos on that side, but they get the 2,000 amos on the other side. Okay, Allah Yud. Mish Yotza Chutz Latchum. Somebody who went outside the Tchum, Afilu Ama Achas. Even one Ama, Lo Yikones. He can't go back in the city. Can't go back, sorry. Can't go back to the Tchum. The B'Shimon Omer, Lezer Omer, Shtayim Yikones. Shalosh Lo Yikones. He went out 2, he can go back. 3, he can't go back. So the Carbonate says Shtayim Yikones Mishum Avlos Tchumin, because his tchum is muvla. But Tamid Amar Hu Be'em Tzon. So he has a tchum of 4 amos where he is outside the city, outside the tchum, and his 4 amos with him in the middle extends back 2 amos into the original, extend back 2 amos back in the actual original tchum, and allows to go back into the tchum. Sholosh hayikones, not even without 3 amos. Carmen also says that this is amazing. He went out deliberately, intentionally, without not in place of mitzvah. That's why the Moshe says, "Afagav sheishol arba amos l'chol makom shu has 4 amos, which allow him to get back." Again, according to Tanakama, gets to choose the 4 amos. It's not 4 amos that he in the middle, 2 amos each side. He gets 4 amos. Lo mina. You don't say that since it's new 4 amos is within the old 2,000 amos, he didn't go out. Even though he only went out 1 amma, he came onto the hours. Once he gets in. Hello, Mina. A person who went out b'shus, shemiyotza haya muktzas atchum shlo, sheyotza mena muvla etoch hapayim sheyesh lo mimakom she'amalo kvar nase mase, and without going inside. Anybody, if he went out b'shoyeg, he went out bar mitzvah, then and there is avlos chumin 4 amos. But here he went out b'mezid. It wasn't bar mitzvah, but there is an avlos chumin. So I feel amos lo yikones. Shimon says, well, it says no. They gave him 2 amos, 3 lo yikones. Okay, so the essence of the of course is being mako there, giving him 2 amos. He's, I guess, not really differentiating actually between the case of maize and the case of shogeg. That seems to be the case according to Rebbe Somebody got dark for him, and he was still outside the tchum, and he didn't. Use one of the tricks I said before about identifying a tree, etc. So, I feel amachas. Even it's 1 amma outside tchum lo yikones. Shem I feel tesva amos yikones. So even if it's 15 amos outside the tchum, you go in. Shem shuchas mematzin es amidos. The people don't measure the 2,000 amos precisely. They give leeway. In other words, they cut it off 15 amos before the actual tchum. They don't make shenim meshuchas. The people who measure don't. Mematzi means they don't make it precise in the because there's people who make mistakes. So therefore, they allow tests above 15 amos. So the Carbonata gives the cheshbon how it comes out to 15 amos. Not sure we're going to have to actually get into it precisely, but I'll read it anyway. He says, there's 50 ropes, 50 amos. 50 times 50 to 50 amos, 40 ropes. Yesh la paim to make 2,000 amos. Each rope is diminished by the size of 2 grips. is gripped on both sides. And the grip is a tefach and a half an etzba shel gudel of the thumbs. Shmonim tefachim, which makes altogether 80 tefachim. Umem etzbos, 40 tefachim and 80 tefachim and 40 etzbos. The dal etzbos in tefach and 4 etzbos is a tefach. Betishim tefachim. So therefore, it's not 90 tefachim, shein tesvav amos, which are 15 amos altogether. Okay, some of that cheshbon works out. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Yaakov B'Shem Rechina Chizdai Tarben Omer. They said, Lomar Ela Shtayim. So that which Rabbi Eliezer said, 2. It's only precisely 2. Shtayim v'choshu, but if it's 2 plus, even as choshu, Meir puts in the word lo yikones. You should not go in. To who? That's like the hainu, because that's a regular shita. There's a Amar Shtayim yikones, shows lo yikones. Not that it's. The question was between 2 and 3. So it's not 2 and 3 specifically. No, it's anything more than 2. You can't go back. Okay, it's only 2, no more. Okay, so. Rabbi Yosef said, "Am I in the Basra? What do you mean? What about what he says afterwards? Sholosh leikanes. If it's 3, you can't go in. Sholosh pachas koshu yikanes, but it's 3 missing even a koshu, then you can't go back in. So Boy Meimar, they wanted to say Ma Rabbi Eliezer biyotze. They wanted to say that which Rabbi Eliezer said is talking about a person who went out. Not what a person when it got dark. So let's see the coordinator. So they wanted to say, Hodam Rabbi Eliezer Shtayim Yikones, that 2, if it's 2 you can go in. Dafka b'yetze chutz tchum, it's not if you left the tchum. Machshir chutz tchum, darkness fell, you were outside tchum. I feel amachas lo yikones, shouldn't go in. Came in the middle, loy abetoch tchum, since you're never inside the tchum. Lo min avlos tchum, you don't say your tchum is absorbed in the tchum of the city. Yeah, so therefore you have to stay out. Lo min avlos tchum milsei, we don't say that tchum is significant. Ashkem b'yetze chutz tchum, as opposed to when you left the tchum, shem mikor betoch tchum. That when you originally inside the chum, or mina haplos chum and milsei, that we say that the overlap of the chum is significant. So that was the avamir. So ashkechtani, they found that I said hiada. It's the same thing. It says hada is the same thing as hada. It's the same, which means the same thing. Hiada. Habay made want to say Madam Rabbi Shimon b'machshich. That which Rabbi Shimon said, that even tesva of Amma you can go in. That's only when you're machshik, when you're onus, because you were coming and didn't quite make it. But by habiyetze lo, but now if you left the chum, ashketani hiada, they found no, it's the same. Again, according to him, it's also the same thing. There's no distinction between the cases. And that brings us to the end of the blot and the end of the parak. One of the easiest blot we've had in Masechet Eruvin.